This is the Mooncast.
Shit,
Yeah.
bro.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Mooncast, man. Welcome to the Mooncast.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. So guys, we have a very, very special guest today. It's Mr. Not a businessman, but a businessman, Mr. Africa, Mr. Entrepreneur Extraordinaire,
Thank
Yves.
you.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know who you are, what you're about, and why you started FYK Engineering.
Of course, man. So thank you to have given me the opportunity to introduce myself. So, like you already say, my name is Yves Kengne. I'm living in Germany right now. I did study in Germany electrical engineering. During my study, I already had the idea to be an entrepreneur. That is what I did follow. It was not an easy way because I needed the know-how. The know-how is not easy. I work as a engineer, as electrical engineer, and then after that, I had to change it completely. So I switched to a company who don't have any things to do with engineer things. So because for me the goals was to learn about financial, to learn about management, to learn about marketing and stuff like that. So and then I don't wanted to go back at the university because for me theory is always not so something concrete. So for me I
Exactly.
thought okay, it's better for me to go directly in the practice, learn it how the things are, and then I can grow like that. So it was not a easy journey, but I gave my best. I tried, and then 2 years after, I became store manager. So I work at Decathlon. I work at Apple, and then Peloton. And during
Yes,
my
sir.
journey at Apple, that is how I start opening my company, FYK Power Engineering. At the same time, I was still sizing. So for me, it was important to not forget the tools, engineering tools, to not forget how to deal with project or something like that. I had the luck that I have a lot of friends which I did study in the past, and this is how I organize like every weekend. So we met at my place, working on a lot of topics, engineering topics, and that is how I could. How can I say it? So that is how I could exercise at the same time when I was working for Peloton or Apple. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, and when I felt like, yeah, I'm ready to follow my goals and start opening the company, it was not easy at all. It was really, really hard. It's still hard, but what you want, you can get it. So that's my way.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. Super inspirational, man. It's crazy because a lot of people don't know. Like me and you were both managers at Peloton, man, and it was crazy
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
you were actually my inspiration to start my entrepreneurship journey. Because I
Thank you,
was just an
man.
investor, man. Dude, honestly, man, like I can't thank you enough for expanding my mind from being an investor into having this sort of hybrid between entrepreneurship and investing, and being able to sort of juggle the two at the same time, because it's important to always expand. And honestly, as an entrepreneur, I feel like you grow so much because you learn so much skills that you didn't think that even existed. You know, you didn't even know, because when you're working just a 9 to 5, you're just a little bit blind in regards to what all it takes to be able to put an entire cohesive unit together and have it fully functioning every single day, you know?
Exactly.
And I think that, you know, that step, that's why, you know, they say that the famous saying, one of the famous sayings is like, there's no real failures as an entrepreneur. It's
Yeah.
just steps to success,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and that's the thing, because people, you know, it's just, you take that air quotations failure, and you just take that information, you assess it, you process it, and you figure out how you can do it or implement it better for the next time. And
Exactly.
so, yeah, man, I think this is it's really, really fascinating, you know, to hear you and your journey and stuff, man. But yeah, you really, really motivated me, man. I remember like you gave me one of these speeches because, you know, we were both going to quit our jobs and we were both going to go on our way and figure things out on our own. And yeah, you know, I was just going to literally put everything into different investments, small business equity and crypto miners and everything. And I was just going to take that route. But then when you told me about, you know, entrepreneurship and the importance of building value for people, and as a reciprocating effect, people give you money for that, you know, for me, I didn't, it didn't even seem possible because I had a lot of objections. I was like, okay, what if, you know, this happens? Like, oh, no, you can do this. And I was like, damn, this guy has I was thinking it from the aspect of problems occurring, but wasn't thinking it from the aspect of how can I find solutions to those problems. And I think that's when my mind like fully shifted and just, you know, you turn on that light bulb a little bit for me. So it's amazing, man. A lot of people don't know, like, I think you came to Germany when you were what, 18, right?
19, yeah.
19?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. And you didn't know any German too when you came, right?
Yeah. I did learn it.
What compelled you to come? Why Germany? Why'd you choose Germany?
The thing is, when I was younger, when I get done with the secondary school, so with the high school, yeah, I think the high school. So I love playing basketball. So I wanted to go to the US. So because my sister already lived there and she lived in Houston. So that was my first school. So but she was living there with my mom. And then I don't even wanted to come to Germany because it was always something for me like, hey, this German language, man, I don't know if I can get it.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Studying English and everything, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
regarding basketball, they're not so high like in the US because I wanted to become a professional basketball. So
Mhm.
and then I talked with my big brother, my older brother, because he lived here in Germany too, and I've been here since 17, 18 years now. And we talked together on the phone, and he told me, it would be nice if you come to Germany because I'm alone here since like 9 years. So
Yeah.
for me, I would really, really appreciate it if you decide to come to join me in Germany. You
Yeah.
can still play basketball here. It's not so bad like that, like you're thinking about it. And then, yeah, this is for my brother. That is the reason why for my brother I came to Germany.
Yeah, and can you talk a little bit about like some of the challenges you faced in regards to when you first came to Germany, the cultural shock that you had, and you know the language barrier was obviously hard for you. Like, how long did it take you to learn? What were some of the challenges that you faced when you first like came? If you can just name a couple of them?
Yeah, of course. So at the beginning, the first challenge was the language, bro. But I figured out my way how I can learn it so quick. So because at the beginning I was in the basketball club in Stuttgart.
Hmm.
So I wanted to play basketball with clear with German guys. It
Hmm.
was not easy for me because what they were talking, I would not really, really understand. I would not really, really get it. But for me, bro, I didn't care about it. For me, it was like, okay, I will talk the shit I can. So if you can
Yeah.
hear me, it's fine. If you cannot hear me, so I will repeat it. Maybe I will tell it in English. I will tell it in French. Maybe I can. How can I say it? Make a traduction on Google or something like that, so that you can really understand what I'm saying or what I want
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really tough, man. And the culture was not easy for me too because it's completely different to Africa. So yeah, I have to understand how the things work. To the system too is
Mhm.
completely different. That is kind of stuff that I had to do it at the beginning, but
Yeah.
I found my way. Like I always say, it's not a problem in life. The only thing that you can have is solution. So it's only
Yeah.
solution. So
I love it,
you
man.
can,
I
you can
love it.
just have
Only,
solution in life. So
yeah, man. I love
problem
it.
exactly because from the beginning, man, problem for me is just an opportunity to make the things different.
Yes, man. Yes. Beautifully said, man. Beautifully said.
Yeah.
And what was your inspiration to really start taking your entrepreneurship journey to like that level of okay, when did that switch like that time when you just transitioned and you flip that switch in your head where you're like, okay, now like it's serious. Like I seriously want to take it serious. Like when did it happen exactly? And can you just walk us through like the process of just flipping that switch from 9 to 5 hamster wheel, like get up, go to work, do what you're told, come back, stay, work extra time for build someone else's dream to what, maybe I should build my own dream and my own
Mhm.
ideas. When
Yeah.
did that shift happen?
First of all, I can say that so I get it a little bit from my father because my father was an entrepreneur too, and then he didn't really went to school so long. So for me, it was like okay, if my father didn't went to school, so he could achieve a lot of things like that, and I have the opportunity to go to school, and I still have a little bit of way of wisdom from him. So that's mean I can do much better than him. So
Hmm.
that is where the way starts. So and
Yeah.
then I started working for companies. So it was not easy. It wasn't getting in my mind, bro, because I was like, that is how I want to work all my life.
Yeah.
Everything for how much? Well, that is not money because if I do that, I will never get to the point that my father got because my motivation was always okay to be better than my father. So, and the
Yeah.
second thing is to share it with people, to impact my life because at the end of the day, we are not going to be forever, yeah, in this head. So that's the reason why I always say, okay, when I think about it, so I think about the end first before I start making my strategy right now. So if I
Yeah.
know, okay, so maybe I don't know, in 40 years I'm not going to be there again. I'm not going to
Mhm.
be there anymore. So what can I do to impact my life like my father too, so that people will always remember about me? Understand?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that is how I start to make my strategy. And I figured out okay, working for someone for a company is not something bad because at the same time, you can gain a lot of experience from them, you can learn from them too. It just preparing you for your own goals. So,
Yes.
exactly. And then for me, it was just a step to the
Yes.
goals. Yeah. Working
Yeah.
for people, learn from them, see other things, summarize it, and take it for your own goals. But I was already 100% sure that, okay, that is what I want to do. That is what I would love to do later. That is my goals. And then for me, I just spent time there to have the experience to learn from other people. And then when the time comes, I was like, okay, now I know engineering stuff, I know financial stuff, I know marketing stuff, I know how to handle a budget, something like that. Okay, I
Yeah.
think I already have all the tools that I want to bring my own company.
Yeah.
It was not enough, but I was like, okay, the bases are there, and what I have to do the next step is to start now. So I will make a lot of mistake, but I love mistake, man. I
Yeah.
love mistake. I love it because when you make a mistake, sometimes it's hard, but I always see them in the positive way. Understand?
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
that behind a mistake is a great opportunity. Just open your eyes and then you will see them.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. It's amazing. It's amazing to hear. What would you say for you personally? Like, what would you say is the most challenging thing that you faced as an entrepreneur so far? In regards, you could talk about like projects, you could talk about people, management, any different types of aspect, finance. What is the most challenging thing that you would say personally about being an
Mhm.
entrepreneur?
Yeah, the most challenging things I would say is the beginning to find to really figure out the way you have to go through. So that is the most hard things, and to build a network to let the people know that you have the company, so and that you are proposing this kind of service, because at the beginning nobody know you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Nobody know you, and you have to fight to use auditors, to use all your know-how, to use marketing, to use sales, to use engineering, to work with people, and that is the most important, because at the beginning you don't really have time to sleep, man.
Yeah,
You will work
exactly.
so hard, and you will learn a lot of things. But at the
Yeah,
same time, the most important things too is to be patient.
yeah. Be
Don't rush the
patient.
thing. Yeah, don't rush the things, because you can take example from another company, another big company, for example, like Apple. Apple don't uh they took times to get in that level. You
Yeah.
understand? And that
Hmm.
is the same when you are young too. You will start learning how to work, you will start learning how to run, and you start learning how to fly. So the
Yeah.
same, yeah, that is the same mindset for business too. So for me, the most challenging things was really to bring the company to that level. You
Yeah.
understand? But I
Yeah.
love it at the same time, because I knew that I was learning a lot of things that I can share with people, that I can give back to the people who always support me or who need it. When you see Africa, for example, now I have another company in Africa, and you can directly see the lack of know-how that people have,
Yeah.
and then you can directly know that, okay, that is the need, and that is how way it can impact, and that is where I can give them, I can share with them what I learned in my journey, and we are still
Dude,
learning, man.
I love it, man. I love it. Yo, this is great. This is great, man. This is great. Yo, I wanted to ask you too as well. What are some of the challenges that you face or have faced in Africa, doing business in Africa, and why is it different than in the West, or doing it in like a Germany and a France? Like, what makes it different, comparatively when you're looking at it from a Western perspective?
Yeah, the difference between Africa and Germany is the lack of know-how, bro. It's a lack of industry too, because they don't really have the opportunity to practice things. You understand? They will learn a lot from theory from the school, but they really don't know what is it, what exactly what exactly that does mean. You understand? And that is where the need is. Yeah, you can talk with someone in Africa about. I will take an example, transformator, for example. You know what transformator is. He
Hmm.
can tell you exactly uh, this part is belong to a transformator. But if you take an transformator, place in front of me, he can know that it's a transformator. You
Yeah, but
understand?
I actually think it's kind of like that too. And if you look at the West, I think the education system is very similar too, which how they don't know a lot of the stuff practically. Because, dude, I got out of school and I was in international business school, and dude, I kid you not, I feel
Yeah.
like I didn't learn anything but product, price, place, and promotion. I didn't learn anything, dude. Like, I'm telling you, like in
Yeah.
regards to digital marketing, sales, like
Yeah.
really understanding content marketing. They don't teach
Mm,
you about YouTube, about podcasting, about
Exactly.
different ways. Yeah, they don't teach you about lead generation, how to really get warm leads, how to push the right kind of copywriting, blogs. They don't really go in depth. They don't teach you how to run Google ads.
No,
You don't learn any of that. Facebook ads. So this is like this is the stuff that you actually need to know. You know, and so you start to realize like what was the whole purpose of me going to school when I had to basically unlearn everything I learned in school and then relearn an entirely new curriculum, you know, from the internet. I use the internet and I use my network like you. Yeah, I would call you, I would hit you up, I would use my networks and the internet to find everything that I needed. And I think that maybe it's not an African thing. I think that's actually just a global thing. You know, I think school is just like 10, 15 years behind all the time, you know?
Yeah, but the thing is, Africa, like you say, it's something global for sure. But in Africa is it's a bigger problem. It's a bigger problem because they don't really have the opportunity to practice. And the other thing is the government too. So you talk about internet, for example. That's the most important point. You tell that okay, with internet you can do everything what you want. What you want. You can hear me up, but bro, in Africa, internet is not stable. You understand? You can have internet today and tomorrow you don't have it. You understand?
That's an opportunity cost.
Yeah, that's the opportunity cost. That's the reason why they cannot really practice things.
Yeah.
And then I think that is a big problem. But now the positive things is that they are trying to get the thing better with internet and with everything because now when I'm here in Germany and working with my team in Africa, we only use Zoom or Teams, and then the most of time is work. But sometimes you are in a meeting with your teams and then the net broke down.
Man, that is so frustrating, man. That's like one of those bottlenecks.
Because you are losing time and you have to make another meeting again. And sometimes someone will tell you not get it what he's talking about because the internet is not so secure. So and it's a big problem. Can you imagine it? We have 2023, man.
Yeah. And do you think that maybe like one of the solutions do you like maybe just like, okay, instead of just having a meeting, I'm just gonna type up everything on Google Docs and send it to them, and then when they get it, they'll just have everything? Or like what are the sort of solutions you do outside of that? Or is that the only thing that you can really do is just kind of just redo the meeting, redo another meeting?
Exactly, bro. That is one of one of the solution that you can do, for example. But bro, at the end of the day, you have to talk with someone.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you need to exchange about it. Okay. For example, let's say you are working with, for example, with your commercial teams, and they are working on the new campaign, for example. Yeah, then we work on the strategy and everything, and then we send you the documents. So for you to take time to read the document completely, maybe it's like 50 page or something like that. Imagine how much time you will need to read everything to understand it and then write back again if you have some question. Bro, it's taking too time. It's take to, for example, to talk with the commercial teams directly through Zooms or Google Meet. It's much better. They can directly clarify you, okay, that is our strategy, that is how we want to make it, and then you can directly ask your question. So that means in one hours, maybe you already got everything done.
Yeah. So you save a lot of time. So that's a trade-off. Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense, man. And also I want to ask you too as well, because I'm sure in regards to doing contractual things in Africa, it's a lot different. From what I hear, is like more handshake agreements. There's more like you just have to trust somebody's word. How has that been in terms of adjusting between, in the West where everything's contract, to, being in Africa where it's just like, hey, you said that you were gonna pay me this amount of money for doing this job and you didn't do it. And, the contract is broken through spoken word. How does it actually work?
Exactly. But the thing is, if you want to do a business in Africa, you completely have to shift your mindset. Completely. I tell you the truth.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
come
but
with your mindset, you think, okay, you are in Europe and you want to bring it there to Africa, forget it, man. It will not work.
yeah. So
So
you have to
that
retool
means
everything.
you completely have to shift your mindset. So you have to think like they think.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you are going to be in the wrong place. You understand?
And is in regards to each individual, because you've done business in I believe Senegal, Cameroon,
Yeah,
and I don't know if there's any other countries outside of those two. I think Chad too. I think you're doing some stuff too as
chat,
well,
yeah.
some projects. So I'm
Mhm.
wondering, is there differences in cultural nuances between the different countries, or is it like pretty much the same in regards to okay, they handle business the same way as they do in Chad, is the same way as they do in Mali, same way as they do in Egypt, same way as they do is, or is it different depending on
Yeah,
which
bro.
country it is? More countries more structured than others?
Yeah, bro. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit
Yeah,
different. For example, in Central Africa is Cameroon, Chad, and Gabon and Congo. That is Central Africa. I think there is, but is how can I say it? Uh, it's more difficult. Let's put it that
that's the best way. I get what you mean. I got to read between the lines.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
more difficult,
It's
bro.
more air quotations. It's just more difficult. Yeah.
Exactly. But if you go to Senegal, for example, Senegal is completely different. So they had the mindset that okay, if you want to do something and you have to know how, yeah,
Yeah.
to bring the solutions to do it, they're open. You
Got it.
understand? They're
Got
open.
it.
That will not make a lot of complication with administrative stuff or something like that. So if you prove then, okay, you have to know how to do it, but they're completely open. If they say, okay, it's a business opportunity, they're completely open. That is West Africa. So that means Senegal, Mali, Niger,
Nigeria,
Nigeria too, Cote
Gambia.
d'Ivoire, Gambia, Ghana is much better than you, bro. But
Yeah.
when you come back to Central Africa, forget it. If you have to deal with the government, hey, bro, the way they be, bro, it's not
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Because if you go to go, because what we are doing, we are dealing most of the time with the government.
Yeah.
And do you understand? So
Yes.
if you go, for example, to Cameroon and okay, you have a project you have to do there and you have to deal with the government, bro, it will take you like maybe 2 years is 2 years
Before you even start the project.
before you even start the project. And these 2 years is for nothing because maybe you have to meet um, the ministry of the head of the energy ministry, this kind of things. But
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
you meet him, it's like you have to beg him, please.
Kiss his
Please.
feet.
And not only beg him, give money. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you the truth. That's
Oh
the truth. That's the truth because
man.
the focus is not to grow up or
Yeah.
to make the team better for the populations. The
Yeah.
mindset is just more like, okay, what are we getting from that?
Wow. So
You understand?
it's yeah. So it's a self-centered, more narcissistic type of mindset that sort of slows the
Exactly.
entire growth for the entire
Exactly.
economy as a whole. And it's
Yeah.
not every African country is like this. It's just certain African countries that are like this, right?
Yeah, not really. So in some countries much better. In Senegal, for example, in Nigeria, for example, it's completely different. They
Yeah.
they will take the money for sure, but at the end of the day, they will make the job. You
Yeah.
understand? At the end of
Yeah.
the day, they will make the focus first on the job, okay,
Yeah.
and then they will see, okay, how much can we take from the money? You understand?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Cameroon, for example, or in Gabon, for example, it's completely different. They will
Yeah.
start with, okay, how much money can we take from from the budget? You understand? They
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
care
yeah,
about what we are planning to do or something. They don't care about it, bro. They don't care about it.
yeah,
First of
yeah.
all, how much money can I have from the budget for me,
Yes,
me,
yes,
me alone?
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Man,
It's
this
sad.
is it's really sad, man. To be
Yeah,
honest with
it
you,
is.
I feel like that's the only thing that's slowing the progress. Like I feel like if everyone, it's just a mindset.
Yeah,
If everyone had the same sort of mindset of, hey, if we do these things and if we invite these, like if you look at Dubai, it
yeah,
was just desert, like 20 years ago,
of
and then
course.
they came up with a strategic plan to, hey, let's build this place up to bring tourism. Let's
Hmm.
make the crime zero. And then let's
Hmm.
also make the taxes zero to entice
Exactly.
entrepreneurs to come. And
Yeah,
entrepreneurs come, then they hire the locals. Now we have liquidity
yeah,
outside of the oil industry that we have. And
yeah,
now we're busy. We're running like
yeah.
a full-fledged business. But when you look at it in the aspect of some nations in Africa, I just see it as the mindset of the elderly, the people that control the country. It's so poor, man. It's
So
so
poor,
poor.
man. And you know how African is rich.
Yes, of course.
Rich,
It's the richest country or continent in terms of resources. You
exactly.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. But the problem is the lack of people that want to really actually do and make projects, and that is betterment for the entire community, the entire whole. And I
Hmm.
think it's a frustrating thing for me, man. And also, I was going to ask you too as well, because when you're doing business there, are you hiring people from Africa, or are you bringing employees from Europe to Africa to facilitate the projects once you get them? Like
Yeah.
how are you doing it?
I do hire people from Africa because I always think that not everybody is the same. You understand?
Yeah,
I still trusting or thinking that we have a lot of people out there who just want to have a chance to make
yeah,
a difference. You
yeah,
understand? That is the reason why I will always give them the
yeah,
opportunity to try to make their life different, because I have the mindset that okay, we are talking about the government. Okay, the government, we already know the government is shit. Yeah,
yes,
good. So what about me?
yeah, yeah,
How am I doing the things?
yeah,
Am I doing the thing the same, or I want to do the thing different? I want to impact the life. Or I want to impact the things different. You
yeah,
understand? So that is what I figured out. I understood that okay, the government is shit. Okay, I cannot count with them, but what God gave me, I can share it with them. I can give the opportunity to other people who really just want a chance to get better.
yeah.
Yeah, that is the
No,
reason why I will always hire people. I will always try to share with them. We will work together. We work on brainstorming and everything, and we will grow together. I will share with them value of life so that they can share it with other people too. That is how the things will continue. You understand? So if you start to do like that, to think like that about ourselves, that is how we can change the things. But if you just sit down and think that okay, the government shit, okay, we can do nothing, bro, the things will never change. You understand?
yeah. No,
Yeah,
yeah, man. And I totally agree with you. Like the change starts within us. And I think that my perception on life, especially after switching from an investor to an entrepreneur and kind of doing the hybrid of the both, is I
mhm,
realized that entrepreneurs run everything, right? No
yeah,
change happens without someone deciding to take a risk, to build value, to create the change that is
exactly.
needed, to push the society forward. And that's the entrepreneur.
Yeah,
And I don't want to discredit the government entirely, but I feel like a lot of times they're just there to stick their hand out and take the money. You know, and I'm just like,
yeah,
okay, what value are you providing? Even when they want to build a project, they don't do that themselves. They go
yeah,
hire a private contractor like you to go facilitate the thing that they need done. So again, it's the entrepreneur who built the private company that then provides value to society, that the government then eventually recognizes, like, hey, we should pick this guy so that we can facilitate the project that we need done, you know. And this is I think when you have that sort of that shift in mindset, you know, to really understand it. Because when you're just working a 9 to 5, even as an investor, you know, you don't really get the entire big picture. You know, you don't see the entire big picture. You know, you go into Lidl or, you know, you go to these grocery stores or whatever to go buy something, but you don't realize somebody had to take a risk to build that, to facilitate that. You know, it's not like, oh, this just showed up one day out of nowhere. You had to take a calculated bet that enough people would go there to increase its profit margin enough to be sustainable for a long duration of time, right?
Yeah, bro.
So it's crazy, you know, when you have that shift to just thinking how it is. But I'm glad that you give the people at least the opportunity to be able to, you know, try to better themselves, man. Because like I said, the change starts with us, man. And it's amazing, man, to just see you grow and stuff. I wanted to ask you too as well about like just a little bit more about FYK Engineering. What is engineering for people who don't know? What is engineering? What is it?
Engineering, for example, engineering is just to for a lot of people would think, okay, engineering, when we talk about engineering, you would think sometimes that it's something so big, so far.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. It's not like that. Engineering is just to be a better version of yourself. That's just for me.
So you're just improving the older version.
Exactly.
Basically.
Improve the older version.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
And that's the simplest way to put it.
For example, bro, choose okay, you want to look like, I don't know, LeBron James.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then start to do the things that LeBron James do.
Exactly.
And you're going to be as to look like LeBron James. And for me, that is engineering, bro. That's all.
Yeah. So you're just taking where a specific thing is at, and you're just re-engineering it to make it better. You're enhancing what the old model was, and that's basically to sum it up.
We all are engineers. We all are engineers.
Because people making it to this fancy, he's an engineer.
No. It's just because you have a lot of engineers that are working in the spatial field. For example, what we are doing is in electrical, in the sense, and then other people will do it in IT or cyber security, for example. But that is kind of thing that you learn in the school. But for me, that is not life. You understand? Engineering starts with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And for me, engineering is just to improve. Always fight the status quo. Always try to be better, and always have the right mindset. Think positive, and for me, that's engineering, bro. That's all.
Honestly, I never heard anyone say it like that.
Exactly, bro, because you cannot know everything. It's a lot of things to know. You understand? That's the reason why someone who is working in electrical engineering, for example, if you take the same person to do job in cybersecurity, we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, well said, man. Well said. I like this type of analogy, man. It's interesting. And also, I wanted to ask you too, as well, in regards to part of your entrepreneurship journey. Have you faced any sort of kind of like racism or like where you felt like, okay, this guy doesn't like me for a specific reason, and you could kind of feel that type of energy, or this guy doesn't want to give me a contract, or this guy doesn't want to get hired by me because of, you know, the way that I look, maybe the way that I speak, he doesn't like it. Have you felt any kind of discrimination in regards to
that? This kind of thing it's for sure. I would experience bad things, bro. Bad things. It's a part of the journey. But for me, it's just like, hey, I don't even see it because my goals is too high. You understand? My goal is too high, and this kind of stuff is just for me like, okay, your mindset is too down, so we cannot discuss together. I will tell you about I will tell you
Yeah.
about one example one example, bro.
Mhm.
I remember it was 2 months ago, something like that. I had a project. I was talking with one company in France.
Mhm.
It's Bouygues. So and then they wanted someone who can make the plan of what is it called? What is the name of English? I think it's underground. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
underground plan for
Yes.
cable.
Yes.
Underground cable. Yeah.
Okay. Underground cable plan. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they want to do it. They wanted to do it for overline. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for overline. Yeah, exactly. So I had one employee who can do the job, but the employee was not living in Germany. He was living in Iran. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I started to talk with him, and everything went well. And then at the end of the day, we had to close the deal.
Mhm.
So the thing is, I was working with a company between the customer and me. It's
Yeah.
like a company who do B2B business. So who brings companies and companies together. You
Mhm.
understand? So the company
Yes.
had a project, and the company said to the B2B company, the B2B company called me and asked me if I have someone who can work on the project.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, everything went well. The company, the end customer was happy, and they wanted to hire the guy. But you know
Yeah.
what they did, bro? They go behind me, start talking with the guy, and tell the guy that okay, we can propose you directly a contract, a long-term contract. We can give you more money that than FYK is giving to you, and yeah, bro, that is how they just shift me just like that.
Wow.
That is how I lost. It was a contract for 5 years.
Wow.
That is how I
That's
lost it.
crazy.
Yeah, that's the crazy. They are not supposed to do that for. They are not supposed to do that. For me, it was like because I talked with the company who brought us together. I talked with them. I asked them, okay, what is going on here? And the woman on the phone, she was just like, I don't know, maybe the company called him, and yeah, bro, but she was just lying. You understand?
Yeah. It's typical. It's cutthroat, man. That's
Yeah.
cutthroat.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy,
I gave
man.
it. I gave it to my lawyer, and my lawyer told me, "If don't worry, we get the money back." They cannot do that.
That's
Yeah,
a
bro.
beautiful
This
thing
kind of
about
thing.
law.
Yeah, it's a part of training. But for me, it was just like, okay, I knew this kind of thing will happen, so it's not a
Yeah.
problem. Okay, I
Yeah.
will learn from that. The lawyer will take care of that, and then I will proceed in my journey. Finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to hear that, man. It's a beautiful story to tell because a lot of times people think that people aren't just because you have a good heart
Mm-hmm.
and you want to do things ethically and morally doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean someone else will. And that's what you
Mm-hmm.
have to understand about business. Is it's cutthroat, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
war. It's
Yeah.
war.
Yeah, bro.
People think it's all sunflowers and rainbows and you know what I mean. It's like no, it's war, man.
No,
Any
bro.
any vertical in business, you're competing with other people, and other people are they're trying to use as little amount as money as they possibly can to
Exactly.
succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they can go around and maneuver and use these different tactics to do so, they'll do it. And I think a
Mhm.
lot of people don't really recognize that, man. So
Exactly, bro.
it's good that you're telling the story, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. And sometimes you can even get a project, and then you will start with the project, and you maybe have an employee. Maybe 3 or 4 months after that, the employee can tell you, "Okay, I don't want with you anymore." So what you are going to
And then
do?
what are you gonna do? Yeah. So you have to scramble to find another employee. But this is why I guess this is what I'm learning too as well, because you know, I think it's better to have at least two people working on the same thing than one, you know,
Yeah.
because that way you hedge your risk at least. Okay, if one of them is sick, One of them, maybe, I don't know, if it's a girl you're hiring, maybe she gets pregnant.
Yeah,
You know,
bro, but it's
you
not easy like that because at the end of the day, you want to make the business rentable.
yeah, of
It's
course,
about
of
money
course.
too.
Yes,
If
of course.
two people is working on just one project, at the end of the day, if you make, you will not gain something.
Yeah,
You're not
you're
moving
saying that
forward. You
maybe you could
understand?
charge higher prices, perhaps, to increase your profit margin.
But to find it is a big problem too.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true.
Everywhere you have you
Yeah,
have something,
it's just
man.
problems. And then you got to find solutions, man.
Exactly, man.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
But it's
But
nice, man. It's nice because you learn a lot. So when this kind of thing happen, you directly know okay what you are going to do the next time.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's the beautiful thing, man. You're absolutely right. Because
exactly.
yeah, you really you're processing the information like in real time. And I think that's the beautiful thing because you're so far, even if you have a venture that doesn't work out and it fails, you learn so much from that venture that you're
Mm-hmm.
able to apply that to a new venture and succeed in it or have a higher probability of success.
Mm-hmm.
So and also I think when you start your business, a lot of times you have an idea of what you think you're going to do, and then the market kind of dictates where you're going to go, from there. It's like,
Exactly,
oh,
man.
I
Yeah.
want to do, I don't know, consulting, but then I ended up being a media company. And,
Yeah.
it just kind of, you just kind of go with the flow of where the market is kind of, where the demand is, you go with where the
Mhm.
demand is. So, for you, maybe you start out, trying to do these B2B projects, and then maybe it's not working out and you start doing like consulting and coaching, to help other people, or you do a combination of the two, you extend the business, too, as well,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know? So it's just you're always. I tell people like business is like a living, breathing organism. You know,
Mhm.
that's the best way I kind of describe it. I'm much younger in my entrepreneurship journey than you, but that's for sure how I basically describe it. It's like you're planting a seed, and then you're watching it grow, and then there's a new branch, and then a new branch, and then it's growing,
Exactly.
and then the main
Yeah.
core is still there, and it's just like this beautiful thing, that you're building,
Yeah.
and you should have. I tell people if you have a business or idea or you want to start a business, you should definitely have a minimum of 5-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum,
Minimum.
minimum of 5-year plan of
Mm-hmm.
what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, what you have to do extensive market research. How are you gonna get the team around you that you need to be able to build the
Mm-hmm.
thing that you want? How are you
Mm-hmm.
gonna be able to market that thing? Is a lot of steps that you need to take before you're able
Exactly,
to
man.
even be able to get to the point of selling products and
Yeah.
services. It's difficult, man. If you
Yeah.
had any advice to give to someone that's trying to start a business now, like what was like a couple of things you can tell them as tips or pointers, or something that you could say to them, like, hey, this is what I learned on my journey. This is what you shouldn't
Mhm.
do. This is what you should do.
So I would say to stay positive. It's really really important. Always stay positive. Don't be afraid to fail because you are going to fail many times. And you need the energy to wake up again or to
Yeah.
stand up again.
Yeah.
So positive, don't be afraid to fail and don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to try new things. Try new things because at the end of the day, we just learn from it.
Exactly.
And
Beautiful,
that's
man. Man, beautifully said, man. I think that's pretty much all the questions I had for you, man. Do you have
it.
anything else to add? Do you have anything else to say?
Bro, I would say that thank you to give me the opportunity to talk about my journey today. I really, really love it, and I'm going to be waiting for the next time, bro. Maybe next time we can bring out the next topic. So I'll be
Of
waiting for
course.
you. And bro, I'm so happy, 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 happy for you. And I'm feeling that how you are growing, that the thing that I gave you when we met a pattern that you are trying to do it right now and seeing how you are going up, going up, going up. And bro, it's making me so happy, bro.
Man, dude.
So proud of you, man.
I just, man, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, man,
You're
because
welcome, bro.
you gave me one of the greatest gifts of my life, which is a mindset.
Yeah.
you know and that you know, is more powerful than anything anyone else can give me, is to improve that perspective of my mind. You literally, and it wasn't, the crazy thing about it was that you didn't say, it wasn't like an entire 1 hour speech, or you didn't, you know, it was just a few sentences that like attacked my soul. It was literally attacking my soul. And I had to look deep in myself, like, yo, do I want to stay passive, or do I want to build a legacy? You know, do I want to get in the field and build a legacy for myself and to forever live on, you know? And so this is what I had to decide, and I had to come to grips with myself, man. And you know, just for lack of a better term, to not be a vagina. To not be a vagina.
Because
You know?
for me, I was like, hey, bro, you're so intelligent. You have a lot of know-how, bro. Share with people. It's a lot of people out there that need it. Share it with them. And at the end of the day, you can make a business out of it. And then you will grow, then we grow up, you will grow up too. So it's going to be a win-win situation, man. Bro, because you know a lot of things, bro. Come on, see it. Hey,
Yeah.
it's just a question of time, man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Like I always say, bro, don't worry. It's just a time, it's just a question of time. And with the time you will get there where you want to go. So where you are going to be, bro. Don't worry about it. It will take time. That is normal, bro. Don't worry. That is normal. Sometimes it's going to be frustrated. Sometimes you wake up, you see, shit, what am I doing, bro?
Oh man.
Should I continue or should I give up? Bro, but I always tell you, bro, we are on the mission. You know what does that mean? If you're on the mission, we need to be the best in the mission.
Yes,
you have
man.
to fight. Be ready in your mind. You will always fight. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. When you wake up in the morning, the fight. That is how you start to fight.
Man.
Every
Dude,
day. So
I love it, man. I love it, dude, man. This is we'll end it there, man. And this has been another great episode of the Mooncast, man. And peace.